Hi, this is Eric Ho, and in this video, I'd like to talk about living with purpose. Now, what does that even mean? And what does it actually take to actually live with purpose? Over the years, I've had the privilege of working with thousands of individuals all around the world, from the most successful entrepreneurs out there, the greatest leaders out there, to people out in Africa, out in Kenya, with the lack of resources and no education, to even people, in our everyday lives who are constantly trying to chase success and try to hit their goals and their dreams. What I found is that there's distinct patterns going on in terms of the way we live our lives and the things that we're chasing for, and in hope that there is something that we're chasing for at the end of the tunnel or the end of the journey, and to finally be happy at the end. But what I found is that throughout my life and throughout many lives of other people is that we kind of fall into this trap where at many stages of our lives, we keep telling ourselves that we know it, we've got it this time. And we get that aha moment or the realization or that paradigm shift, whatever you want to call it. And we feel like we've cracked the code, we've got it. Just to find that somewhere later on down our journey, it's like, once more. And we find that we didn't get it at all. And we finally got it now. And then we go round and round and round, and we do the same thing over and over again. And we hope every single time that we'll get a different result, but it never really happens. And that's why I really want to share with you my 5 stages of realization, which I feel that can really relate to a lot of people out there and their lives in terms of this chase to success and this chase to living with purpose. And the first stage is called the fight stage. So this is the moment where we're fighting. We're fighting for our needs, to meet our needs, whether it's fighting for survival, to meet our basic human needs of water, of food, or of shelter. Or it could be even further, where we set ourselves a goalpost, or we have a model of the world, where we feel that our lives should be a certain way. So we work really, really hard in terms of achieving this and to meet our needs and to meet our standards. And most of the time, these standards are not actually set by us, and in fact are set by people around us through our upbringing, through society, or through the environment that we're in. And so we're continuously always chasing this dream and this goal, which actually doesn't actually belong to us in the first place. And then what happens is you keep chasing, you keep fighting in stage 1, and then you hit stage 2, which is the stage of achievement, where you get there. Everything's great. You've achieved, you've done it, you feel in control, you feel like you've really made it, and you've cracked the code, you understand how this works now. So you get there and everything's great, everything's happy. And this could be in your business life, it could be in your careers, it could be with your life partner, it could be that you were fighting for that girl of your dreams, or your husband or your wife, and then you finally got them, right? You finally got him or her. And you're happy, you feel great. And then what happens is you stay in that zone for a while. Some people longer, some people shorter. And then what happens is you fall into that next stage, which is that stage of recognition, where you start demanding for more. You start wanting more. You want to be more. You want to do more. You want to be able to help more people around you even. You want to help people around you to achieve what you've been able to achieve. Or you're wanting more from the people around you, from your loved ones. You start asking for things that you haven't asked for before, because suddenly what kicks in is that sense of significance, or that sense of growth or love and connection, that next level, which you want more. And you keep demanding and you keep fighting for more. And then you start exploring. You go out there, you explore the bigger world out there, and you find that there's so much more out there, and we're in fact only this big in comparison to the whole universe. And then we want to do so much more. So we keep fighting once again to try and get to that next level. But what we do in the process of that most of the time is that we self-sabotage. We sabotage what we've worked so hard in creating in the first place. Suddenly, that girl of your dreams who was absolutely perfect for you when you met, suddenly there's a lot of problems, because you start creating those problems, because you think that there should be more out there, because you feel that there is more to life. So what happens in this stage is that you keep trying to get this recognition, But then the more you try to pull onto this recognition and get this sense of significance, the more that it starts getting further and further away from you. And then you start falling into that next stage, which is the stage of the Great Depression. And this personally happened in my life, where all my life my dad told me it was all about making money. So I made all the money. And then I wanted to grow further than that. So I started giving back and helping other people, just to find that I couldn't help everybody around me, where I wanted to be able to make everybody positive and make life great for everybody. But some things was not in my control at the moment when I felt I had control. And what I find in this stage is that people come to the realization that it's not happening. They're not in control. They feel insignificant. They feel small. They feel there should be so much more out there, but they're just not achieving it. They're just not good enough. And this is the stage also where people are still out there. They're still searching from that recognition stage where they're seeing other people achieve so much. And this is also the part where people actually go to different seminars and events, and they keep going to these different events and keep listening to these different experts telling them that life should be a certain way for them. And if it isn't, then it's a big problem. And then you start chasing all of these other dreams that doesn't actually belong to you. And all of these purposes that are built up that isn't actually your purpose, because you're actually searching for that greater purpose. But the question is there actually a greater purpose to life? And you go around in a big circle just to come back to square one, to find that, I had happiness all along, but I've just sabotaged and I've just ruined everything. I've just lost the love of my life because I was trying to demand for more. How stupid was I? Or I made a lot of money and I just threw it all away. What was I thinking? I spent it all, right? Or I invested in some things that I wasn't familiar in, and then I end up losing it all. And what happens in this stage is that there's 4 outcomes that can come from this. Number 1 is you totally spiral out of control, where you can't handle it. And those are the people who jump. The second are the people who kind of decide that, this is life. Life isn't fair. I hate life. And what's the point of all of this anyway? Then you turn into some negative person who negatively influence everybody around you. Tell them they can't do it because you've lost that belief and you've lost that trust. The third category of people, and this is what most people do, is that they go back to stage 1 and they fight once more. That's their comfort zone. They're most comfortable there. They've done it before. They know they can get to that achievement level once more. They feel like they've cracked the code this time and they're not going to fall into the same mistake just to go down the cycle once more and start again and again and again, expecting a different result to happen because they're searching for that end goal, that purpose of life, just to find that maybe there isn't a purpose in life. And where the minority, the final group of people, the minority in this world, they find this next stage. And that stage is the stage of acceptance, the stage where you accept everything around you. You accept the people around you, and you accept yourself and your own purpose. And you stop trying to chase for a destination or a goal or a bigger purpose, but you start understanding, not giving up, but you start understanding that life is not about you. All the previous stages is all about ego boosting, is all about self-esteem, is all about making yourself feel better. Even at the stage when you wanted to contribute and give more, it was actually just to satisfy your own need for growth or contribution and to feel more significant. At the stages prior to this, you were giving for the reason of exchange. You were taking action in exchange for a reaction. You weren't giving just because you wanted to give and because you understand the true power of giving. And when people hit this last stage of acceptance, it's a big spiritual awakening, or whatever you want to call it, where you start realizing that we're actually one whole. It's not about me. It's not about I. It's about we as a whole. The universe is so big. The world is so big. There's so many people out there. We're actually one unit. We're part of nature. We're part of this beautiful, beautiful creation where it's not about us. And if we start shifting the focus from me and I to we as a whole, then the magic really starts to happen, where we can actually give more. We can actually give for the sake of giving and not actually looking for a reaction or something in return. And when collaboratively we all work together in terms of giving and adding value to other people's lives and here to really serve, our purpose is lived every single day. And we don't need to search for a true purpose in life or a destination. But in fact, we live that purpose every single day of our lives. Instead of chasing that dream and trying to get to that dream and getting to that goal at the end there, why can't we just be present, be in this moment, enjoy everything around us, all the people around us, the environment, nature. And why can't we just enjoy every part of it? Because every second, every minute, every day that passes by, we can't get back. So let's stop chasing and let's begin to live in this moment right now.